Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire!
And tonight we're talking about the season finale of The Outpost.
Season 2, episode 12 is called In the Furthest Corner of My Memory. And then episode 13 is called This Is Our Outpost.
It is our outpost. F everyone else. Get the hell out. We'll get back to that.
Yes. That was one hell of an ending, though.
It was. Holy hell, did not see that one.
Oh, in the worst corner of my memory. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with episode 12.
Okay.
It was a good episode.
It was.
I was confused on why Garrett brought Talon if he was going to leave her outside the entire time.
Right? I mean, not like she wasn't going to just stand by and do nothing. She was going to fight because that's what she does.
And I was confused as to how Talon could kill 8 people within the time span that it took Garrett to kill a great big lumbering oaf. Singular. But I digress from something that seems more important.
Yeah.
So, this just points out how much better at all things my Talon is.
Talon's amazing.
She is. So amazing.
Yes, we know how much you like her.
I'm flashing back to that horse scene when she's getting off. Okay. What do you think of this episode?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed both episodes. Obviously, the first one wasn't as, sad as the second one in some ways. But,
Yeah.
I mean, they both were pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know. I knew you couldn't trust the brother.
Yeah.
I was like, he's definitely not who he says he is.
Yeah.
And then it was confirmed.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
We guessed who it was before they announced who it was. But...
Well, you did.
Okay, yeah. I mean, because remember, I was saying, weeks ago, that this kid was actually probably one of the servants' kids.
Right.
And that it was the brother's best friend. I legitimately said that. It was the brother's best friend because Gwen was thought to have been Rosalind's best friend.
Yeah.
But Rosalind is actually Gwen, and Gwen probably died in place of Rosalind, like they all said.
Probably.
Because they got, confused.
Is it Rosamund or Rosalind?
I don't know. I say it both ways.
I think it's Rosamund. But I don't know.
She's Gwen to me.
Yeah.
But I love how they were just, saying, the friend. What was his name? the thick one.
Yeah.
Right, Fat Sammy. And it's what?
Did the cat leave?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Earlier. And, I was just what? Why bring up this, you've named a lot of, servants, but you never named any children.
Yeah.
Until you named Fat Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, why did you name a character that we're never going to meet, right?
Right.
Then the moment that uncle showed up, and he's like, I'm sorry, who are you? And I'm like, oh, yeah, we were right. And then I was like, if it's not him, who is it? The only other effing kid they named, Fat Sammy.
Yep.
If he wanted to throw us off, maybe he should have named a couple more male children. But,
sorry.
I mean, it wasn't a surprise for me.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that there are people out there who didn't see that twist coming.
Oh, I mean, I didn't think he was her brother the whole time.
Right. But I'm sure there were people out there that actually did.
Yeah, probably.
Because Gwen was starting to believe it too.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Yeah. You see, there's something that he said about the staff.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it he gave 2 different versions once he got found out.
Yeah.
Because before he got found out, he said, oh yeah, the person who spirited me away grabbed it, or whatever. But, like, no, when he got found out, he was like, yeah, no, my mom got it when we escaped. Then he was like, yeah, no, they killed my mom. So then, like, I'm just like, if they killed your mom during the escape, that means that she's not the one that took it.
Oh my gosh, Jessica Green liked the last post that I... Because I said this season has been a great... Hopefully we get more thank you posts. And
yeah.
And she was one of them. So one was Garrett, one was Dean Devlin, one was this person, and then one was her.
Okay. Because Garrett's been liking our stuff all night.
Yeah.
Such a great
No, I think the person who's been liking it is the creator, Dean Devlin. Because he literally put 1 like on all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you said that, like...
Well, he liked a couple of them.
Okay.
But not all of them.
Okay.
He liked the Long Live the Queen one.
Okay.
That got a or no, he didn't. That got a retweet, too.
Yeah. That same person retweeted a lot of stuff, but snowman fire thing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's that even mean?
I don't know.
Like, why would you give yourself a Twitter handle that is strictly emojis?
This person who retweeted it is rewatching Fringe, so she has a thread for her Fringe rewatch thoughts.
Okay. Fringe is amazing.
It is. You never finished it, though.
Like 3 episodes off, and I don't really give a crap.
The last episode is really good, though.
Well, now I have no way to watch it. So,
if you get IMDb TV on the Amazon Fire Stick, you can watch it.
Oh, right. I do have it on all 3 TVs.
It's on there.
Okay.
Yeah, so we should probably talk about Janzo and Naya.
Yeah. Yeah.
Naya came back.
She did.
Even though she knew that she could still be executed. She came back to warn them. Even though she wasn't believed at first.
Yeah, like, I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
I mean, technically at the end of last week, I was like, come on, girl, you gotta warn them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, you have to go back and warn them. But I didn't think she would.
Yeah.
Because, you know, death.
Uh-huh.
Imminent impending doom. But, you know, I was just like, what's going on? Like, you see this tan hand slapping on a door.
Yeah. At first I thought it was Janzo.
Right? Which just lends credit to everything.
Yeah.
Like, effing twins! Dude.
They don't look like twins.
No, but, you know, she does have her moments where she stumbles over herself a lot like he does.
Mm-hmm.
And I love when they realize that.
Yeah.
And they're like, twins! Janza's a little more eccentric.
Yeah.
But you can see that Naya does have that side of her. She just does a really good job of hiding it.
I mean, like Naya said, I would have preferred that they be lovers too.
Yeah.
But since they're not,
No.
it's still cute.
It is.
And I'm happy that they're finally reunited.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, Naya shouldn't feel bad that she didn't wonder about her brother. Because, like she said, she was never told she had one.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought that it was funny, but at the same time, I thought it was also kind of cruel that the mistress kept that from them.
well, she didn't know.
Well, I mean,
because she didn't know that was the mom.
She didn't, but like still.
Like the instant she found out, she told them.
I know.
And I love her one comment. You guys were snogging the whole time. I hope you didn't do more than that. And I was just like, ew, ew, ew. And I died.
And Jansa was like crouching in the corner, like, ew, ew, ew. She laughed so hard.
I died, guys. Like, oh my gosh.
It had me laughing. And I was like, I had to pause it. And
you
I'm like,
doubled over on your bed.
And I was like, ah! And I was like, do you need a minute?
No.
Because I need a minute.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it killed me.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, on the tweet, I was like, poor Janzo and Naya, LOL.
Yeah. I was rooting for them, and then I wasn't.
Yeah. That's how I felt.
I mean, very much like what I was telling her, like, this show is very much a whitewash.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, the one who plays Talon is Australian.
Yeah. But, you know, whitewash.
No, it is, definitely.
Very whitewash. There's only a couple people of color, of any sort of color.
Well, that's how Merlin was, too.
Well, yes, but Merlin was Old England.
Well, this is kind of that way, too.
This isn't even our world.
Yeah.
So,
but it feels like the same time because of the knights and the swords and the queens and all that stuff.
I mean, like, there's centuries where that was a thing.
Yeah.
So it could be at any point during that history.
It could.
It
still gives me those kind of vibes, though.
Not really for me, because there's no magic.
Yeah.
So, but, like I was saying, this show is very much a whitewash. And, like, one thing I don't understand is why the three make themselves look whiter than they already are.
Yeah, they paint their face.
Because they pale AF.
They're doing, like, the white face. You know, like how they used to do black face? They're doing the white face.
Yep.
When they're already white.
Yeah.
So they don't need to do that.
Right. But anyways, like, the only other person of semi-color that was, like, in the Outpost was Tobin.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, but Tobin's not from the Outpost.
No.
So, but Janzo is.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have Naya coming in, and she was handmaiden into the queen, who was basically raised at the Outpost.
Yeah.
So does that mean that even though Naya kind of grew up at the capital, that, like, it kind of lend credit to the point that maybe she was actually born and raised in the Outpost, and she only remembers being raised in the capital because she was too young?
Yeah.
And so I was like I told her, I was like, we know Janzo has family somewhere because Mother bought him.
Horrible.
Right? But now we find out Mother never bought him. He's the only child Mother never bought. He was thrust upon her with his twin sister.
They don't look like twins.
Well, twins don't always look alike.
I know.
Like, They have similar mannerisms.
They do.
But, like... So, when you're looking for a sibling,
Mm-hmm.
you generally look for one of the same skin tone.
Right.
So, I mean, I didn't see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not gonna say I did, because I didn't.
Oh, yeah, me either. I definitely did not see that coming.
I mean, the second that Mother started laughing and said, "Wait, did you say?" I was like, "Oh, hell no. No, you're not going to..."
And I just was like, oh, no. Oh, no. I'm like...
I probably started dying before she even announced it.
I was just like...
Like,
why?
The second she realized...
It's like, Janzo can't catch a damn break.
Oh!
Like...
Right.
You know? Everything happens to him. Everything bad happens to him.
But, I mean, this also lends credit to the whole, like, the only child named is the name of the guy who was impersonating the brother.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is the only other person of color Janso's sister?
I don't know.
Why is the only female of non-white descent in the show?
She also liked the one where I said, oh, poor Janzo and Naya.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Can you be any more obvious?
Right.
Because that realization that we had the moment Mother realized who her mom was, we should not have guessed it right away.
Yeah. We shouldn't have.
Like, that should not be the thing that jumped to the forefront of our minds. They should have given us at least one or two red herrings.
Right. I love what this person said about Munt.
Munt is gonna F-shed up. Nice. Yes. Don't screw with M and M. Munt and
Don't
mallet.
mess with Munt with the mallet.
Don't screw with M&M. Munt and
I
mallet.
literally tweeted that. I was like...
Yeah. You can literally name him after a candy now. He's M&M. Munt and mallet.
Yep.
But, okay, we're still on 12, so we haven't reached a Munt and mallet yet.
No.
Because that was 13, wasn't it?
Yeah. I believe so.
Yeah.
It all runs together for me.
Right.
Even though we just watched it.
Yeah.
Long live the Queen! Long live the Queen!
Long live the Queen! The whole idea that the king himself was so strict.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, we kind of heard, that he was, but just like Gwen, we tended not to believe it because it was like we believed what Gwen knew,
right?
As opposed to this person we didn't know.
Yeah. And
so realizing that her father was kind of a tyrant, even with his best friends, which all true tyrants are. And her realizing that her father is probably what got them killed. Like, that she was going down the same path. And she decided to say no. And let everyone go. No one's told her about the siblings. She still thinks that Janzo and Naya are meant to be. Oh.
Yep.
That's a revelation I want to see the look on her face of. Like,
she's gonna be like, what?
Right? Oh, Lord. Can you imagine the love of your life turning out to be your sibling?
That'd be like if Garrett and Gwen were brother and sister.
He would be the rightful king. yet still be traitor to the crown.
But Gwen's considered him the love of her life, so I mean that would be like Gwen and Garrett being brother and sister.
Yeah. Yeah. But, okay, no, I can't mention that because that's in 13.
If you want to, you can.
I was just gonna say how Garrett gave, like, his blessing.
Yeah.
Like.
Which is awesome.
Like,
now Tobin and Gwen are free to be together.
I mean, they were free to be together.
They
like,
were.
Garrett had no claim on her.
But still.
Yeah.
The fact that he's like, you know, I'm doing this, like, I don't feel like I can be the person that I was before.
And even if I could, I'm out of the station now.
Yeah.
That would never be okay because of my past.
Yeah, and he's like, I will always fight for you. I will always be loyal to the crown.
Mm-hmm.
But I just can't be, like, you know.
Yeah.
You know, that was a mature thing to do.
It was, and I love that he made Tobin stay and listen too.
Yeah. Because, I mean, of course, Tobin, you know, I'm sure was a little bit intimidated and jealous of him because of how Gwen had felt about him.
Right.
And even when they're together, always felt like he would never measure up to Garrett.
Yeah, and then Garrett comes back, and Gwen always chooses to, even when she's having moments with Tobin, the second she sees Garrett, she runs to him.
Yeah.
So that had to always sting.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that even though Gwen did that, she still always knew she couldn't be with him again.
Yeah.
It's because of everything that happened.
Right.
And...
which is fine with me.
Right. I think that Garrett was her first love.
Yeah.
Garrett was the only male figure that was around her enough to actually get to know her.
Mm-hmm.
And for her to let herself be herself around. For her entire life. Ever since she was on the run.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was the only male to female interaction she'd ever had besides her rescuer.
Yeah.
And so, her falling for him was the obvious thing. It was bound to happen eventually.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's actually fallen for someone else now, it just shows that, like, it was more of the comfort of knowing him and feeling safe around him. That's what she was attracted to. That she was just able to be herself.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe kind of the whole, like, I'm hiding it from my dad. Like, you know, that kind of added some spice to it. But, like... that if she had if nothing had happened and Garrett was still around in his rightful position, she would have never gotten that close to Tobin.
Mm-hmm.
And she would never have realized that Tobin was actually the one that she was meant for.
Yeah.
And, like...
and he said, you know, he is the one, you know, worthy of it, and he's supposed, you know, he's the good man, and all that.
Yeah. Like, I love that they did it that way, that it was just like, yeah, no, this was this was, like, her high school sweetheart, and this is the guy she's gonna marry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's kind of what they did there.
Yeah.
You know? And I like that.
Yeah, me too.
So, anything else? I mean,
I
I know there's a lot of stuff from episode 12. Or from episode
I'm just
13,
trying to remember everything in 12, though.
Yeah.
Was the Talon and Janza reunion in 12? With the hug?
That was in 13. The beginning of 13. Or the very end of 12. Because, no, that was the ending of 12, because on 13 everyone was released, and so...
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, so
it was the beginning of 13 where they found that Sammy was being held in Janzo's basement.
okay. So, yeah, like, she had them all evacuate.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when they chanted "Long Live the Queen."
Yeah, that she, like, the right thing for her to do would be to evacuate with them.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, no. Like, if I was a king, I would stay and fight.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stay and fight. Like,
Yeah, like a captain goes down with the ship.
Mm-hmm.
A king or queen is gonna stay and fight for their people.
Well, queens aren't usually relegated to that because it's more of the manly thing to do.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have a husband
Yeah.
yet. She would if freaking...
Well, Tobin helps the fight, though, so
Yeah.
technically, you know.
Right. But even when Tobin does marry her,
Yeah.
because we all know that's gonna happen.
It better happen.
Like,
if we get another season.
we better. Like, I think that, that even when he marries her, she'll still be the person who stays to fight.
Mm-hmm.
She'll never leave her, people.
Yeah, because that's who she is.
Mm-hmm. She best learn how to fight better, though. Yeah, true. Truth.
But anyway, I thought that Talon and Jansa reunion was really sweet.
Yes. It was so adorable.
it was really cute. And he was so jealous about her and Zed.
Yeah.
Because now that him and Naya are not lovers,
he went
back to hiding for Talon.
So fast. The look that Gwen gave him was like, the fuck? You're with Naya.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh. Oh, but I love that, like, when Mother and Mutt were walking off, like...
We can just combine it. It doesn't have to be one episode or the other.
Yeah. Like, Mother was like, why is there so much damn hugging?
Right.
It must be the imminent death
Yeah.
of a war.
It's like, shut up.
Like, just go.
Just leave.
Oh, let the friends hug.
Yes. Let them have some happiness.
Yes. You just ruined his love life. Let him hug his best friend, who he really likes, and he hugged her for quite a long time.
He did.
Because now he is free to once again feel her up.
Oh, jeez.
What? That was a full frontal hug? There's no way in hell that he wasn't hanging on her just to, like, rest his body on her titties, okay? I'm just saying, he was able to cop a feel with his chest, okay? He was able to enjoy her melons for a while, because he is not with Naya no more. That's the only thing I thought of while he was hanging on to her, because that was not a hug after a while. That just became him hanging on her.
I didn't think about that. I just thought it was really sweet.
Okay, I mean, like, there was a moment when it was a hug, and then there was a moment where he kind of went like this. And I was like, you're hanging, dude. You're hanging now. Like, back the F off. I realize you no longer have a significant other, but back off.
But Talon still doesn't feel that way about you. She considers you a great friend.
Yep.
And she loves you.
Yep, just not in that way.
But not romantically.
No. No. I want to see the look on Talon's face when she finds out. But,
Yeah. And then when the fighting started and they locked them all in the outpost.
Mm-hmm. And, he threw his little tiny bombs.
Yes. It's an ambush!
Right?
And then Tobin went sliding down that rope.
Oh, hell yes.
Sexy, sexy man.
Oh, very much so.
And then Garrett wasn't bad either, throwing that javelin. I'm just like, hello.
Right?
I'll
But,
fight
like-
along beside you.
Like, I'm very much into angles. I'm not good at math, guys. But
Who
when
is?
my brother. But when it comes to, like, trajectory of things actually in motion,
Sorry.
I can generally tell where they're going to end up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even looking at the bottle, but I know where it's gonna go.
Yeah.